Hello, my friends out there in YouTube land. It's your good buddy Philtastic here. Welcome back to the channel. It's 2 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday, technically a Wednesday. You might be saying, why are you up in your basement? 2 reasons. Number one, I've been getting over this weird head cold viral thing, which apparently people can get colds in late June. And unfortunately, earlier this evening, my little baby daughter cute as a button. You're not going to see her on the channel. Some people have seen pictures of her. Doesn't matter. She had a fever, and we luckily were able to get that under control and take care of that. And it was my job as the dad, the breadwinner, the champion of the house, I guess, if you will. These are also self-proclaimed titles. To check on her just a few minutes ago, and luckily we're all good. So that's reason one why I'm up. Reason two, and the reason I'm recording this, so you could forget all that other stuff. While waiting until this time came up, I decided, hey, let me check out the first episode of Ironheart on disneyplus. Oh man, I've wanted to really like this show. Let me try to focus here. I had to kind of remember first, just was watching the first few minutes of the show, how Riri got to be Riri. I started thinking, let me go back into my Marvel Unlimited subscription and take a look at some of those early appearances, and I was like, no. I did read the first, I think like maybe the first arc when Riri took over in Invincible Iron Man, but I remember dropping it just because I felt like it wasn't really going anywhere. The show, I know, was delayed for 2 years. It was filmed 2 years ago, why don't we say this? And supposedly this was part of Disney's big release schedule, why it was delayed so much. I tend to think, I don't know, maybe they could have used that 2 years to iron some things out. So this is, I guess I should say this now that we're 2.5 minutes in. This is my review of episode 1 of Ironheart. I'll say this, it starts off and continues to be very, very choppy. 1 minute we see a brief kind of overview of Riri and Wakanda Forever, which, would have been great if Marvel put out like a 5-minute teaser or something, or like, hey, you remember who Riri was type of thing, because I really don't remember how she came to be in Wakanda Forever. I liked Wakanda Forever, but unfortunately I don't have the time, energy, or just wherewithal to rewatch a movie that was, I think it was like over 3 hours long, if I'm not mistaken. I probably am. But from what I remember, Wakanda Forever, Riri was a very minor part of it. And I remember saying to my wife, I don't know why they threw her in here. It's a good character, it just kind of felt like icing. So anyway, Riri gets expelled from MIT, which I like that they kind of did that, because it felt like at one point you were going to give them they were going to give her like a pass. So did like the left-hand turn, but she just kind of like took off with one of her suits, which felt a little, maybe I'll be a little forgiving, like, okay, well, yeah, go ahead, fly away. From there, you're quickly introduced to her mother. You're quickly introduced to more of her tragic backstory of her, I guess, stepsister and stepfather being killed. You're introduced to the fact that she needs to build this suit, and she needs money quickly, and that's where she meets Parker Robbins, the Hood. I want to add that I think that it's really kind of brilliant to put the Hood in as one of her villains, because quite frankly, I don't think Ironheart has any villains. The Hood is I think a great start. He was a minor villain that got a nice little bump, I remember during the Bendis Avengers run. Had a great limited series, and I remember by the end of the Hood story in Avengers, I was almost kind of like, wow, this could be a really great villain. I don't think, or I don't know that they've used him since. But I do like the fact he was included in this series, and I feel like the actor who's playing him, Anthony Ramos, doing a good job. I like that. I do kind of like the the whole thing that she's basically making a deal with the Hood. Like, they kind of say a deal with the devil. So I'll say a light spoiler. If you don't know, in the series, in the comic books rather, the Hood is actually possessed by Dormammu, the big evil guy in Doctor Strange. Well, the rumor is that it is, in the television series here, possessed by Mephisto, who's going to be played by Sacha Baron Cohen. Whether that happens or not, I don't know that it's kind of lost its impact. I kind of hope it doesn't, because I kind of feel like Mephisto's that type of villain that would serve the big screen better than the TV series. Though, it wouldn't be the first time they teased them. If you've watched, I know, WandaVision, I think there were a couple teases for Mephisto, and certainly Agatha all along. Anyway, I do also like the fact that the series did finally put Jim Rash from Community somewhere in the Marvel Universe, although very minor role, as well as Eric Andre, who plays one of the thugs. I think his name is Rampage. Not the best of them. Anyway, so in general, I felt like the story was like, okay, in the first 43 minutes of the whole 6 hours or so that we're going to see of Ironheart, we need to cover she's getting kicked out of school, coming back to Chicago, meeting her mom, regret over her dead sister and stepfather, meeting the Hood, giving us too much information so far about the Hood, by the way. The little bit that they showed after the fact, I feel like they could have pushed to the next episode, just built up some more intrigue. And then, we have to show that somehow she manages to rebuild her entire suit in the matter of a couple hours to go do work for the Hood. You're asking a lot, Disney. You're asking a lot. I'll be honest with you, this first episode I did not enjoy. I'm going to continue with the series. If I had to rate it like I rate my comic book reviews, I'm going to rate this a meh. And that's being generous. It's not quite burn after reading, but I'll say this. I can't remember a Marvel series that I felt had as rough of a start as Ironheart. I'm hopeful I'm hopeful episodes 2 and 3, which I'm going to watch later this week, are a lot better, but I guess they can't be any worse. I don't want to say it, but hopefully I didn't just jinx myself. Anyway, thanks for checking this out. Hashtag Ironheart for your entry into the Road to 1K giveaway. Now I have to go get some sleep, because I have to try to work tomorrow. By sleep, I mean I'm probably going to try to watch the next episode and fall asleep midway in, but that's more than you need to know. Anyway, peace, love, and comics. Take care.